Do you ever feel that in the United States, the older you get, the more invisible you become, a place where your age is no longer seen as experience, but as a number? People glance at and move past. Yet in some parts of the world, your maturity, your calmness, your stability, the heart that has survived enough storms to understand kindness is exactly what women appreciate most. There are places where for just $350 a month, you can live in a clean, quiet apartment filled with natural light. Step outside and enjoy a hot meal for only $2 a cup of coffee for even less, and medical care that costs up to 90% less than what you pay in the US. No more anxiety over hospital bills. No more feeling like you're working just to survive. And more importantly, there are countries where women genuinely prefer mature men. Men who are kind, who know what they want, who love with sincerity rather than impulse. In these places, your steadiness is attractive, your stability is comforting, and the years you've lived aren't a burden. They're the reason you become even more desirable. Today, we begin a journey through 10 new countries where life is cheaper, safer, and where women truly value mature men. Starting with number 10. 10. Argentina. Afternoons in Buenos Aires have a very real, grounded feeling. Nothing overly romantic. Nothing exaggerated yet. Something about the city makes you slow down and breathe deeper. Long tree-lined streets, the hum of old trams, the warm conversations spilling out of classic corner cafes. You sit at a small table on the sidewalk with a glass of deep red Malbec in front of you, and for the first time in a long while, you feel something simple but powerful in this place. People don't look at your age, they look at who you've become. A woman walks into the cafe, not the kind of beauty that tries to impress, but the kind of beauty built on confidence, intelligence, and a sincere, direct gaze. Her eyes don't judge the years you've lived, they seem to understand them. Here in Argentina, being an older man is not a burden, it's a strength. Living costs add to that sense of freedom. A clean apartment in Buenos Aires or Mendoza can cost just $250, $450. A warm local meal is only $2, $4, and monthly groceries run around $120, $180. Public transport is incredibly cheap at $0.20 and $0.50 per ride, and utilities are usually $40, $80. You quickly realize that in the US, most of your money went toward surviving, but in Argentina, it goes toward actually living. Healthcare is one of the biggest surprises for expats. Argentina has one of the best private healthcare systems in South America. A specialist consultation can be as low as $10 to $25, and surgeries often cost up to 80% less than in the US. For anyone who has ever opened a hospital bill in America and felt punched in the stomach, this alone feels life-changing. The visa process is straightforward. The pensionado visa requires proof of a stable monthly income of about $800, $1,200 something most Americans receiving Social Security already qualify for. It's a simple way to stay long-term without stress. But the real reason Argentina earns a place on this list is the women. Argentine women are known not only for their beauty, but their depth and independence. They are not looking for flashy, young, impulsive men. They are drawn to experience to men who can lead, who think deeply, who carry themselves with calmness and confidence. They do not shy away from dating older men. In fact, your maturity is often what stands out first. What they care about most are three things: commitment, respect, and presence, qualities that mature men often embody naturally. Daily life in Argentina reflects that same authenticity. Tango nights are not a performance, they're a conversation of emotions. Palermo cafes are places where people talk for hours about life, art, and the world. Sunsets along the Rio de la Plata feel like the city is sharing a quiet moment with you. Weekend trips to the vineyards of Mendoza remind you what it feels like to slow down and appreciate simple, meaningful moments again. In a country like this, you don't just find a cheaper or safer life. In Argentina, you don't just find love, you find yourself again. 9. Portugal. Mornings in Coimbra carry a quiet sense of peace that's hard to find elsewhere. Soft sunlight touches the old red rooftops, the trees shimmer lightly in the breeze, and the distant sound of 12th century church bells lingers in the air. You walk outside, buy a €1 coffee, and the vendor gives you a warm, genuine smile, the kind you may realize you haven't received often back in the US. In Portugal, life moves slower, calmer, and people seem to have more room in their hearts for each other. The cost of living here makes many expats rethink their entire future. A comfortable apartment outside the city center of Lisbon or Coimbra costs just $400, $650. A hearty local meal is $5 to $8, and monthly groceries usually fall between $150 to $200. Public transportation is clean and reliable at $1.50 per ride, and utilities typically run around $80 or $120. Instead of feeling squeezed by bills, you feel like you finally have control over your life again. Healthcare is another reason Portugal stands out. The country consistently ranks among the top 15 healthcare systems in the world, offering high-quality care, professional staff, and affordable private services. A consultation at a private hospital costs only $30.50, something many Americans have trouble believing after being used to paying hundreds or thousands. When it comes to residency, Portugal is one of the easiest gateways into Europe for Americans. The DIN visa, designed for retirees or people with passive income, requires only basic Social Security income to qualify. You receive a 2-year residency, renew it, and after 5 years you can apply for permanent residency. Portugal isn't just beautiful, it's accessible. But what truly makes Portugal special for mature men is the women. Portuguese women are confident, independent, yet warm in their approach. They're not searching for flashy, unpredictable younger men. They value stability, emotional maturity, kindness, and depth of those qualities more commonly found in older men. Many expats in their 40s to 60s say that in Portugal, they feel genuinely seen for the first time in years, not overlooked or judged by their age. Daily life has a naturally cinematic feel without trying to be dramatic. An afternoon walk along the beaches of Porto, listening to the waves roll in. A weekend exploring the Douro wine valley, wind brushing across endless rows of vines. A quiet sunset in Cascais where the sky glows orange over whitewashed houses and the salty air fills your lungs. In Portugal, you don't have to race against time bills or expectations. Here, you just get to live. 8. Mexico. Mexico carries a very unique kind of energy, a blend of warm tropical beaches, bright sunlight, and a romantic Latin atmosphere you feel the moment you step onto its streets. It's not chaotic or overwhelming. It's vibrant in a way that feels human, gentle, and comforting. Life moves slower here, people smile more easily, and the pressure you've grown used to in the US suddenly feels distant. Living here is far easier than most people expect. A clean, comfortable apartment in places like Cancun, Mérida, or Puerto Vallarta costs just $350–600 a month. Local meals full of flavor, spice, and heart only $2 to $3. Even daily taxi rides or ride shares are typically $1.03. Very quickly, you realize that even a modest retirement income from the US can give you a life of comfort in a country full of warmth and color. Healthcare is another major advantage. Cities such as Mexico City, Guadalajara, and Mérida have international standard hospitals with highly trained doctors and modern equipment. Most treatments cost about 1/5 of what you'd pay in the US, giving you peace of mind without financial fear. Legally, Mexico is welcoming and straightforward. The temporary resident visa allows you to stay for 1 year and extend it easily for up to 4 more years. With stable income from Social Security or a pension, the process is smooth and predictable. Many Americans choose Mexico as their long-term home for exactly this reason. No complicated hurdles, no unnecessary barriers. But what truly sets Mexico apart is its people, especially the women. Mexican women are warm in a genuine, grounded way, not artificial sweetness, but real kindness rooted in family values and respect. In this culture, men who are caring, responsible, and emotionally mature are deeply appreciated. To them, maturity brings security, trust, and stability. Age isn't a drawback, it's a sign of reliability. You notice this in conversations, in the way they listen, in the way they value emotional steadiness over impulsive youthfulness. Many older expats say Mexico is the first place where they felt respected, again, not judged by their age, but valued for their character and life experience. Daily life in Mexico is full of simple, memorable moments: early walks along the beach, street-side dinners with mariachi music playing in the background, or quiet afternoons beneath the palm trees of Mérida, where time seems to slow down. It's the kind of place where a few weeks can turn into a few years, and then into a lifetime. Mexico isn't just affordable or beautiful. It's a place where mature men feel genuinely appreciated. 7. Peru. Peru gives you a very different feeling from the very first days, a country that isn't loud or flashy, but deep, calm, and quietly peaceful. Life here carries the rhythm of the Andes, slow, grounded, and sincere. Many American men say that within just a few days, the pressure they carried for years begins to fade, and life finally feels like it's settling back into a natural pace. The cost of living in Peru is ideal for anyone seeking comfort without overspending. An apartment in Lima or Arequipa ranges from $300 to $500. Local meals, flavorful, fresh, and filling cost only $2 to $4, and internet plus utilities come to about $50 to $80 per month. With expenses this low, you're not just surviving, you're living comfortably. Culturally, Peru offers something meaningful for mature men. Peruvian women tend to value patience, calmness, and emotional stability. They don't fixate on youth or appearance. Instead, they appreciate maturity and life experience. To them, older men are not only attractive, but trustworthy, someone who listens, supports, and builds relationships with intention. Legally, Peru is easy to settle in. The rentista visa requires a monthly income of around $1,000 a level. Many Social Security recipients already meet. Once approved, you can live long-term without constant paperwork or complications. Lifestyle in Peru blends culture and nature beautifully. Your mornings might be spent walking through the historic streets of Arequipa, your afternoons watching clouds roll over the Andes, and your weekends exploring Machu Picchu, one of the world's most iconic wonders. Peru isn't just affordable or simple to live in. It's a place where mature men are respected, valued, and able to rediscover the peace they've lost in the fast, stressful rhythm of life in the United States. 6. Serbia. Serbia has a kind of authenticity that's hard to find elsewhere. Nothing flashy, nothing overly polished, but a warm, grounded atmosphere that many older men connect with almost immediately. Belgrade, with its energetic streets, all-day cafes, and the Danube cutting through the city, offers a lifestyle that feels relaxed, welcoming, and surprisingly easy to slip into. The cost of living here is low enough to surprise anyone coming from the US. A comfortable apartment right in the center of Belgrade costs only $300 to $450. Local meals, full of flavor, run $3 to $5, and private health care is affordable and high quality. You can get checkups, consultations, and treatments without fearing outrageous bills, something many expats describe as a breath of fresh air. Culturally, Serbia is a very good fit for mature men. Serbian women value kindness, calmness, and a man who knows how to protect and take care of his family, qualities that naturally develop with age and experience. To them, older men aren't just attractive. They represent stability, emotional steadiness, and thoughtful decision-making. In this culture, maturity equals attractiveness, and it shows. When it comes to residency, Serbia is welcoming. The temporary stay visa allows you to live in the country for 1 to 3 years, and renewals are generally easy as long as you have stable income or a rental contract. It's a straightforward system, far simpler than many EU countries, making Serbia a practical long-term option. Everyday life in Serbia is simple, yet captivating. Morning coffee by the Sava River. Afternoon walks through the Kalemegdan fortress, evenings with Balkan food and live music drifting through the streets. This is a place where you can slow down, be yourself, and feel genuinely respected for who you are, not how young you look. Serbia isn't just affordable or convenient. It's a country where mature men are valued for exactly what they bring to the table. 5. Montenegro. Montenegro is one of Europe's small but remarkably captivating countries, where the crystal blue Adriatic Sea meets dramatic mountain cliffs. Life here feels peaceful, unhurried, and calm, the kind of place where you can finally slow down without being dragged back into the constant pressure of American life. The cost of living is pleasantly affordable. A coastal apartment in Budva Bar or Kotor ranges from 350 DFs, and delicious Mediterranean-style local meals cost only $3 to $5. It's simple, clean, and budget-friendly. The kind of lifestyle where you can live well without worrying about every bill. Montenegrin women are known for being traditional and deeply family-oriented. They appreciate men who are mature, steady, and caring, qualities that naturally come with age and experience. For them, age isn't a concern. What matters is whether you are responsible, respectful, and genuinely committed. In terms of residency, Montenegro is quite welcoming. You can obtain temporary residency and renew it easily each year, as long as you have a rental contract or stable income. There are no overwhelming bureaucratic barriers, making it an appealing option for anyone wanting to live by the Adriatic Sea at a surprisingly low cost. Montenegro offers a life where the sea mountains and warm people blend together effortlessly. It's an ideal destination for mature men seeking peace, affordability, and a community that treats them with respect and warmth. 4. Bolivia. Bolivia is one of the most affordable countries in all of South America, yet it offers a lifestyle that feels authentic, peaceful, and refreshingly simple. Life moves slowly here, without the rush or pressure of big American cities, allowing you to feel a kind of calm you may have forgotten existed. The cost of living is incredibly low. A spacious apartment in La Paz or Santa Cruz runs just $250 to $400 a month. Local food, from hearty soups to grilled meats and traditional Andean dishes, costs only $1.50 per meal. It's the kind of place where you can live comfortably and independently without stretching your budget. Bolivian women are known for their simplicity and sincerity. They are strongly family-oriented and deeply value stability. Men who are mature, responsible, and caring are not just appreciated, they are trusted. In Bolivian culture, these qualities matter far more than youth or appearance, making older men naturally appealing. Legally, Bolivia is accessible for long-term living. The rentista visa requires a monthly income of around $1,000, something many American retirees easily qualify for. It's a straightforward path to settling down without the complex barriers you might face elsewhere. Bolivia offers a life that is simple, yet meaningful, low-cost, warm people, and a culture that genuinely respects mature men. It's an ideal choice for anyone looking to begin a calmer, more sustainable chapter. 3. Ghana. Ghana is one of the most stable and welcoming countries in West Africa, a place where life moves at a comfortable pace. People are warm, and the climate stays pleasantly sunny year-round. It's a country where many mature men feel respected, connected, and part of a genuine community, something they often say has become rare back in the US. The cost of living is very manageable. An apartment in Accra or Kumasi typically ranges from $250 or $500 depending on the area. Local food from jollof rice to grilled meat and traditional stews usually costs around $2–3 per meal. It's easy to live, simply eat well, and stay comfortable without watching your expenses climb every week. Healthcare is another strong point. Accra has several modern private hospitals offering reliable care at a fraction of US prices. You can see specialists, get checkups, or receive treatment without facing overwhelming medical bills. What truly makes Ghana special for mature men is the women. Ghanaian women are strong, independent, and deeply family-oriented. They value responsibility, reliability, and emotional steadiness. For them, maturity is a major advantage, far more important than youth or looks. A man who keeps his word, takes care of his home, and has purpose in his life is respected and appreciated. Ghana is also relatively easy for long-term residency. The non-working residency visa can be renewed yearly with proof of funds and a clear reason for staying. The process is straightforward, making it practical for anyone who wants to settle down without complicated bureaucracy. Ghana offers a simple, affordable, and safe lifestyle and a culture that genuinely respects mature men. It's not just a place to live, it's a place where your value is recognized. 2. Georgia. Georgia is one of the most welcoming and easy-to-live-in countries for Americans, not just because it's inexpensive, but because of how naturally at ease you feel the moment you arrive in Tbilisi. The city blends old-world charm with modern life, wooden balcony houses, stone alleyways, and people strolling peacefully along the Kura River in the afternoons. Life here is simple, grounded, and deep, the kind of place where a mature man can finally breathe and slow down. The cost of living is remarkably affordable. A comfortable apartment in Tbilisi ranges from $300–$500. Hearty local meals cost $3 or $5, and nearly every daily expense stays low. It's one of the rare countries where you can live well on a modest American income while still enjoying good food, good housing, and a relaxed lifestyle. One of Georgia's biggest advantages for Americans is its visa policy. U.S. citizens can stay for 1 full year visa-free, something extremely rare in the world today. This alone explains why so many expats choose Tbilisi, Batumi, or Kutaisi. You simply arrive and you're allowed to live an entire year without paperwork, stress, or complications. Healthcare is another plus. Private hospitals in Tbilisi and Batumi offer solid medical services at a fraction of U.S. prices, giving you dependable healthcare without the fear of huge bills. When it comes to relationships, Georgian women are a major reason many mature men feel appreciated here. They are deep feminine and raised in a culture that values family responsibility and emotional stability. They tend to be drawn to older men because maturity, calmness, and long-term thinking align naturally with their expectations. Younger, impulsive men aren't seen as appealing as someone steady, thoughtful, and grounded. Georgia isn't just cheap, easy to live in, or visa-friendly. It's a country where your maturity is genuinely seen as a strength, not something you have to apologize for. 1. Morocco. Morocco is a place where tradition, tranquility, and North African beauty blend into a simple yet captivating lifestyle. The blue and white alleys of Chefchaouen, the call to prayer echoing at sunset, and the warmth of the people make many mature men feel like they've stepped into a world where they are genuinely respected. The cost of living is very affordable. A clean apartment in Rabat, Marrakesh, or Agadir costs around $250 or $450, while local meals from couscous and tagine to fresh bread are only $2–3. Morocco offers a comfortable, flavorful, and culturally rich life without financial stress. Moroccan women embody traditional values. They deeply prioritize family loyalty and emotional stability. More importantly, they appreciate mature men who are calm, responsible, stable, and respectful. In Moroccan culture, older men are often viewed as more trustworthy and suitable for serious relationships. Here, age isn't a barrier, it's an advantage. In terms of residency, Morocco is flexible. U.S. citizens can stay 90 days visa-free, and extensions or border runs are easy, making long-term living possible without complicated paperwork. Morocco offers a life that is affordable, safe, and culturally rich, a place where mature men are not only respected, but valued for exactly who they are. In the United States, sometimes you feel invisible. You work hard, you carry your experiences, you've lived through storms, yet somehow the older you get, the less people seem to notice your worth. But in these countries, your maturity is the most valuable thing about you. Because in Portugal, kindness and emotional stability matter more than age. In Argentina, depth, confidence, and life experience are considered attractive. In Georgia, women admire calmness, purpose, and responsibility. In Peru, patience and steadiness are seen as the core of a real man. In Mexico, warmth, loyalty, and commitment speak louder than youth. In Serbia, strength, reliability, and protection are deeply respected. In Montenegro, traditional values make mature men naturally appealing. In Bolivia, simplicity and sincerity carry more weight than appearance. In Ghana, responsibility and stability are powerful signs of real masculinity. And in Morocco, maturity is not a weakness, it is a blessing. These are places where you're not overlooked, where you're not too old, where your presence, your wisdom, your stability are exactly what women value, respect, and cherish. So now the real question is, which country would you choose to start your next chapter? Comment your country below, and I'll create a full, deeply detailed analysis for that destination in the next video.